Hi, it's time for another verb of the day. Today's verb is schmooze. And all the verbs this week are connected in a way because they are all loan words. So, words that are part of the Yiddish language but are now commonly used in English speaking and writing. So, now that you know this word comes from Yiddish, let's look at some of the definitions or ways that we use this verb. The first way you might hear schmooze used is to mean to informally talk or chat. And this word chat here just means informal talk. Maybe you've heard the phrase small talk, making small talk with someone. So this isn't very serious, it's not very structured, you're just being pleasant. Okay? A second way to use the verb schmooze is to mean to chat in a friendly and persuasive manner in order to gain favor or to make connections. So, with this particular definition, I think about networking, and that is used in a number of different fields and careers. This idea that we need to make connections with potential customers or clients, that we need to know others that work in our fields in order to make connections that way. Um, I I make sort of the association with this verb, schmooze. So you're chatting in a friendly or persuasive way. Maybe you're trying to eventually ask someone to buy your company's services or your company's product. You should know that schmooze is a regular verb. To make the progressive tense, all you need to do is drop the E and then add ing to form schmoozing. The past tense and participle forms of this verb are made by adding the letter D, since this verb already ends in an E. Our base verb, schmooze, ends in a voiced Z sound. So our past tense ending is just going to make a D sound. Schmoozed, schmoozed. Okay? Now, you'll be happy to know I don't have any additional phrasal verbs for us to look at today. This will allow us to focus our time on using our verb of the day in a couple different tenses. Today, we're going to practice the imperative and the simple future using will. So, let's talk about the imperative. Sometimes people will know this as commands or directions. And what's unique about these types of sentences is that there is not a stated subject. Right? So many times as we practice making sentences, I start them with words like I, you, he, she, perhaps a name of a person or a name of an object. Okay? In the imperative, we can just start the sentence with the verb. Okay? And you can see this in the affirmative example. Schmooze with your customers at each table. Okay? So here, someone is giving an instruction or an order, a command to another person. They're telling them what to do. And again, maybe this is a manager, supervisor communicating to their wait staff, their servers, about their expectation. They're going to chat in a friendly way with the customers. The implied subject in this sentence and all imperative sentences is either you singular if you're speaking or writing to one person, or you plural if you happen to be speaking to more than one person. Now, if you want to make a negative imperative sentence, start with do not and then the base verb. You might also hear people use the contraction don't and then the base verb. You can see that in the following example. Don't schmooze too long. We have work to do. Okay, so here someone doesn't want another person to chat in friendly ways for too long of a period of time. Now, when you use the imperative, some people can feel like maybe it's a little harsh or rude to just tell someone what to do. You can always soften these commands by using the word please. You can put please at the beginning of a sentence or at the end, but you don't need it in both places. You can use please with affirmative or please with negative. So, examples: please schmooze with your customers at each table, or don't schmooze too long, please. Right? And again, you can make more examples with those as well. You'll notice sort of a black box on your screen. There are no questions, yes or no questions with the imperative. These are just commands. So now let's move on and talk about the simple future with will. You know, there are many ways to talk about future events or future actions. We tend to use will to talk about predictions or make a prediction about something that's going to happen. This can include expressing our own opinions about what we think might happen or what will happen. We tend to use will to make quick decisions, promises, and offers as well. And the nice thing about this structure is that it's going to be the same no matter what our subject is. So we'll have our subject, then we'll use will, and then we'll use the base verb. You can see that in the affirmative example. The coach will schmooze with referees and umpires before and after games. So here, this might be connected to that second meaning for the verb. Here, the coach thinks if I'm friendly and nice to these other people, maybe they will make calls in favor of my athletes or my team. So that might be kind of that persuasive, trying to gain favor meaning of the verb. If you want to make a negative simple future sentence, use will not and then the base verb. You can see in the example sentence, I've taken will not and made it the contraction won't. They won't schmooze at weekend events unless the company makes them. So here, someone is suggesting this group of people, they're not going to interact with customers, clients, etc. on the weekend unless we, the company, make them. If you want to ask a yes or no question in the simple future, you can start with will, then have your subject, and then the base verb. You can see that structure in the example. Will a candidate schmooze their way into office? Now let's take a look at some words that are related to our verb schmooze. And our first word is just the noun form of this word. So same spelling, same pronunciation. When the word is used as a noun, it's referring to a gathering or some sort of time that is being devoted to informal talking or chatting. An example of this might be, join us for a schmooze on the patio. And the article a there helps us know that this word is being used as a noun in a sentence, not as a verb. Another related word you might hear is schmoozer. And that ending, that ER ending, is hopefully telling you this is a person who knows how to talk to people in a friendly way and maybe even to get what they want. So maybe it's that favor, maybe it's making connections. It might depend on the person and the situation. An example of this noun in a sentence might be, her boss is known to be one of the best schmoozers in town. Okay? Thanks so much for watching today's video. I hope you have a great day.